In a world oversaturated with more opinions and
more opinions
or with whoops, Alex and the Garbage Man. Yes.
Well, as you can see right now, it's just the Garbage Man. Because apparently Alex's car dealership are a bunch of buttholes. And I hope when he gets here, he disparages the shit out of them. And that is a drink. I hit the desk. So I'm going to try my best to hold the fort down by myself. It's odd not having... I commend Alex for the one show he did when I wasn't here, like, except for the couple times I came in, giggity. Because it's odd, because you don't know where you're going to go. You don't know what you're going to say. Well, especially I don't, because this just happened. Alex said about an hour ago, he's like, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to be a little late. So I guess if I would have had more time, more like he had for me, I'd be a little more prepared. So I'm going to wing it the best I can until hopefully he shows up and saves me from drowning. So I'm sure he's going to want to talk about it again, but I got to spend, what was it, 4 or 5 days back home in Mackenzie. And it was a lovely time. Hello, Jennifer. Happy birthday. I hope it was a good day. And I think I'm pretty sure I said it while I was in the last episode where I was doing the drive-bys that it's Mackenzie has such a weird vibe now. In that when we were there, like me and Jen and Labatuck, I'm sure he's already listening, and I don't know who else is listening now, but anyone that grew up in Mackenzie, there was always a feel like, yeah, we were a small town, but people were making money and it was a vibrant town. And when we graduated, I think like my year had 100, close to 100. And I'm sure Alex's year did too. And if it wasn't this year or last year, the year before, my auntie told me that there was 12 grads. That's it. And that's insane to think for a town that used to have 3 elementary schools that were full and high school that was full and 100 graduating students to be down to 12. That it's unreal. Mac 1 is still standing, and again, this is all Mackenzie rumor, but I was told that the school board offered to sell Mac 1 to the town for $1, and the town said no. Because there's still a cost to maintaining the building, right? Like heating and whatnot. So, I remember thinking, oh, well, it sounded like the town was starting to kind of boom. Well, not boom, if you will, but was starting to kind of build back up. And it's not happening. There was lots of houses that were empty. Houses of friends and acquaintances that I knew in Mackenzie that are empty, and it's sad to see the state that town, like a lot of that is. But the lake was still beautiful. 22 Mile was me and my mom went for a ride up 22 Mile, and Gana hasn't changed. Gana hasn't. And not a lot has changed in Mackenzie either, from the odd paint job here or there. But it's pretty much the same as it was probably when a lot of us left. I mean, it's a few additions, like the mansion that I took you guys down to. And the dock's out of the water. I think they used to pull the dock out of the water, but it was a different dock, because the dock that we had when we were kids on Morphe Lake was a longer dock. And yeah, it's the co-op sure is fancy. And I didn't see many people that I knew. I know a couple adults, but I didn't see anyone around my age there. It is run down, Jen. A lot of the town is, and it's sad because it was such a beautiful place. I mean, and it is still a really nice place in that, there's trees and mountains and whatnot, but just like a lot of the buildings, you can feel the funk, and it's really sad. And I don't mean the good funk, like Grand Funk Railroad or like James Brown, Grand Funk 3 or whatever. It's just yeah, and it's astounding. I there was a lot of clear cutting on the way up, and a lot of it I remembered. But when you're coming on Highway 97 towards Mackenzie, right by Whiskers Bay, the campground. There's like a whole hillside's gone. Like you can see Whiskers now, and not just like that one spot in the road that any Mackenzie person would know, where you can kind of look over and see onto the lake. Like it was, trees are gone. It's crazy. And I'm sure like I'm no. When was the last time you were back home, Jen, or even down into Prince George? Because I know you're in Fort St. John now, but like the Parsnip Bridge is gone. The White Bridge is gone. That was up by Openshaw's place. The Blue Bridge, of course, that's been gone for years at Sama Valley, but that was always synonymous with the highway. And anyone that's been in the Mackenzie area, northern BC, that had to cross that White Parsnip Bridge there. When you met a logging truck there, whew, that'll pucker your butthole because it was pretty tight and not in the good Las Vegas way either. So yeah, I mean, um, and the amount of like like Mount Milligan traffic, the new dirt roads have been made. Holy crap! Like there are roads coming in and out all over the place. So hopefully the town will rebound, and hopefully people that are stuck on houses right now get a chance to get rid of a house before the whole foreclosure thing happens. My mother was telling me that she got like the tax list, and the tax list is a list that houses that are just the back taxes that are owed on them, and houses and businesses. And actually, the village garden is up for just taxes, which is sad. But I guess the gentleman, I guess years ago, a pipe burst down in the basement, and he wanted to fix it, but I guess he ended up getting cancer or sick of some kind and never got fixed. So again, just sad to see uh businesses like that. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, that's just it, Jen. That's something I think my mom actually said the same thing, is that people can't afford to live on the mainland or the coast anymore and down on the island. So a lot of people are buying houses up in Mackenzie because they're cheaper. But I mean, this is no secret that the cost of the food up there is ridiculous. And I just happen to notice because I'm a fan of like chicken burgers, like the Jane's chicken burgers. And at our Walmart here, they're $7. At the co-op, they're 14. But at the co-op back home, it was like 16 bucks. Like holy shnikes. And and then like even the produce just was no. And I mean, they live in the middle of nowhere. So, at least I know here down in here in Tabor, I can go like 5 kilometers outside of town, and there's a vegetable stand there. So I get to pretty vegetables when I want them. But yeah, just some of the it's just yeah. I don't know. And I know I know we've said this before about how much things change, and you never see it as wanting to change, and you think no, it'll just be like the old days, and it definitely was not like the old days, not at all. But I did hear a rumor while I was there, and I actually heard the rumor from our friend Penny, I believe, that there is talk that they might be opening Quigley's back up. So that'd be pretty badass. I mean, I would like to take a special trip and try to get as many people back there that to have a party at Quigley's. I think that'd be freaking awesome. Um, I'm with that with McDonald's coffee. I'm not a Tim Hortons coffee person there, Jen. I find it gives me really gnarly heartburn, but I love McDonald's coffee. I can't go back up there because of the weather. I mean, what was it down here? The weather down here was 28 degrees, I think, on the Wednesday that I left. And when we got up to Mackenzie, it was like 3 degrees. And yeah, I like my short summers. I can't even lie. I mean my short summers, my long summers and short winters. I mean, a few times we've played softball down here in January because it was so warm. And meanwhile, like we're talking like January, because you like, Yeah, because I mean, Quigley's was a fun. There were lights on and stuff in there. I was hoping, like, I know there's a gentleman, his name is Dave Warner, who apparently like owns everything in Mackenzie now. And I don't know if my mom and stepdad know him or who would know him, but I would love just to go into Quigley's just to look, just to poke my head in there and see what I mean. It's probably all dusty and shit, I would imagine, because I fuck 2002. I think Alex said he was there last, and it was open, or Chad did, or something like that. And I just wanted to go see. I mean, maybe the sports bar is in horrible condition, absolutely atrocious. And he's here, thank fuck.
What were you having problems with?
No, not yet. No, I wasn't. I'm not. I was, because I was just talking about the trip and some stuff I'd heard while I was up there, and I'm thinking, okay, where am I gonna go when I'm done talking about this? Right? I heard a rumor, of course, Mackenzie. Penny actually told me that there's a rumor going around that Quigley's, the gentleman that owns the mall, owns like all the hotels in Mackenzie now. His name's Dave Warner. I guess he started with the cab company and just built himself up a little empire in Mackenzie. Rumor is that he wants to open Quigley's back up.
Wow, I guess he plays Monopoly a lot, hey?
Yeah, and I said, I'm like, I would go, and Jen even said that she would go and drink if Quigley's open back up. And I'm like, yeah.
I guess
I've been filibustering for 13 minutes, so you go.
I guess we should get Dave Warner on the show to set the record straight, because in this day and age, we can cut through the bullshit.
Really could.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone has his contact information. We can find out for sure.
Yep. I'm willing to have him on.
So if anyone knows Dave Warner, I'll shoot him a text and just say, hey, yo, I'm a former Mackenzie resident. I have questions for you.
Yeah.
So
how was the trip anyway?
It was good. It was good because I got to see my family. I didn't see anyone. No friend. I saw Alicia Warren's mom. That was it. Other than that, I didn't see anybody else. But I wasn't there to go to socialize and stuff, right? So, I said in the beginning of the show, the town definitely has a funk to it now. It feels like depressed. And I was telling again before you got here, there was only like 12 grad kids from last year. That's it.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah, my auntie. Oh yeah, must have said it on the show last week. So, yeah, it was good. The long trip back. I'm glad I'm back. I'm always excited to go, but I'm excited to come home. Like I was saying, it was 28 degrees on Wednesday when we left, like in Lethbridge. It set a record, and we were in the minuses in Mackenzie. So I was like, oh, this is great. So, yeah. So, do you want to explain why you're late?
Yeah, so I told Nick that I was stuck at the dealership because my car was getting repaired. And of course, that was a lie. I mean, I just wanted to have a nap because I'm old.
That's Chad excuse.
No, I'm kidding. I was stuck at the dealership. There was nothing I could do. I was in Burnaby. What was I going to do? Tell them, hey, hurry up. I've got a podcast to do. That'll get me laughed the fuck out of there. How
dare they? We have a fucking viewership of 7. How dare you? Oh, I popped them. Swallow it. Yeah, swallow it. So, like, was it one of those things where they're like, oh, it's only going to take a few minutes, and they took your car at like 8 o'clock this morning, and now it's 5 o'clock at night, and you're still sitting in Burnaby? Like, I'm in fucking Burnaby.
No, it was more like they told me the time they would like me to bring it in, which was 3:45, and I said sure. And despite having set the alarm early, gone to the gym, conscious the entire time that I had to be in Burnaby at 3:45, knowing that with rain, which affects traffic, that it was going to take longer than usual to get from my place to there. I was 3 minutes late. And I tried not to drive like a moron because
Mm-hmm.
despite having to be somewhere like many people, you never eschew safety and your responsibility as a driver. So 3 minutes late, they said no problem. And my understanding was, oh, it's going to take hour 15, hour and a half. Okay, no problem. I can get back at that time. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Kim. Hello.
And then they said,
Sweet.
okay, we'll call you at 5:30. Ooh,
Thanks.
5:30. 5:40 rolls around and I'm saying, oh, nice. Are they Krispy Kremes? No, they wouldn't have those in Tabor.
Just a Timmy sprinkle donut.
Oh, right on.
I don't like the coffee from Tim Hortons. It gives me heartburn.
Ooh.
But okay, continue your story.
5:40 rolls around. I'm standing there at the booth where I dropped it off. And she says, oh, I was just about to call you. Okay, it's done. It's ready. Thank you very much. Bye. And it took me from 5:43 until about 10 minutes ago to get back here.
Donuts are awesome.
Yes, I wish I could have donuts. My favorite were always the Boston cream from Tim Hortons.
They've changed though. They used to be my favorite too. I mean, I won't be able to have a donut now for another fucking couple weeks because I'm not supposed to be eating sugar. But
Yeah.
that's delicious. I wasn't expecting a donut. I asked for a beverage, but not a donut. So-
I think the beverage would have been worse for your blood sugar, but I'm no doctor. I had to put up the old we are bro science. Ugh. Is it a zero though? Like 0 calories and stuff? No? All right.
So I figured before we go on rants or anything, and we haven't talked yet, you've been busy. Do you have any Karen videos you want to watch this week? Change up the formula a little bit?
Not this week, no.
Okay.
There was something that I saw on Facebook, which of course triggered me, so I'm going to bring that up at some point in time.
Well, fuck,
Did
let's
you
do it
have
now.
something? Okay.
I got shit, man. I like rolling like that, and then shit just happens. So
Yes. So the anti-mask, the anti-vaccine people, some of them are bringing up pretty good points that I myself cannot refute. Then again, I'm a moron. So it's not hard to get past me. I'm no gatekeeper of information, and I'm no educated man. So I see this on Facebook. And this was apparently on, I think, the CBC. And this guy, Justin Gordon, he is from Edmonton, I think. So they were showing this. Now, the first picture you see, it's a wide shot, and then they cut to the close-up, and it looks like a mannequin. Well, guess what? It is a mannequin. But that brought up a memory that I had seen on Maddox's old show, and I'll share the video is about 2 minutes long. And I clipped this from a 15-minute video. So okay. At any point in time, if you want me to stop, I will. I think it's in the minute mark that he gets to exactly what I'm talking about, but I left in the first minute because it kind of relates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mortality rate is because people are starting to spread conspiracy theories when the expected mortality rate doesn't align with real-world conditions. We get dipshits who are driving by filming hospitals looking for bodies because apparently hospitals just stack them up in parking lots. For example, this guy went down to film this hospital in New York.
This is the emergency room.
No, it's not. That's a parking lot.
Have you ever encountered anyone in your life who went to film a hospital and say, oh, it's all a big hoax, the hospitals are empty?
I have not in my life, but I wasn't sure if we watched this video on the show, but I did see a video where the guy runs into the lobby and he's like, oh, where's all the dead bodies at? Where's all the... Like, do you think they just... This isn't The Walking Dead, motherfucker. Like, they don't just throw the dead bodies. Like, oh, he's dead. Out to the concourse with him. Like,
you'll throw him in the parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, fuck. Oh, okay. No, go ahead. I've never. Have you? You live in Vancouver, so you got more crazies. Have you seen that?
I have not seen no in person nor heard anyone from this area going to film hospitals or trying to get into hospitals and creating a scene because they want to see all the dead bodies. I mean, wanting to see dead bodies, that's what kids want to do, or people who are driving by accidents and they intentionally slow down so they can attempt to see some gore. I mean, bro, there are videos on, I don't know, not live leak. Oh, what was the other one? Nothing Toxic that had like snuff films or at least close to it. But why? Hey,
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of Rotten.com?
Yes.
I was. And one of my favorite part was the stories on the side, the weird events in history. I don't know what was true or not, but okay, then good. As long as we're on the same page. I like Rotten.com too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty good.
Okay. All right, continue.
And so for anyone who doesn't know who this guy is, his name is Maddox. He runs a page called The Best Page in the Universe. It's been around since the early 2000s. A lot of his older articles were really great. He's like the smart internet tough guy. And he and Dick Masterson did a great podcast called The Biggest Problem in the Universe. Ran from 2014 to 2016. Great podcast, 108 episodes. You can find it if you look. So here we go.
He goes on to show cars driving down the street as some sort of proof that there isn't a shutdown.
This is First Avenue. Does it look like it has some sort of shutdown that we have to all be afraid of? Are people getting tickets?
Yes, actually, it does look like there's some sort of shutdown. Totally I found a time-lapsed video on the hospital's YouTube channel of what traffic normally looks like at night. This is the building he's standing in front of for reference. And then there's this guy who has incontrovertible proof that the mainstream media is caught red-handed using a mannequin during a news report.
Now I'm going to tell you, when Maddox made this video, it was April 11th, 2020. So he got in on the ground floor with regards to this. And the picture that I showed, that was from 3 days ago.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, so all you people, I am really struggling to not use an insult at this point in time because I don't want to stoop to that level, even though I want to. Pay attention to this.
All right, now I'm going to show you the slam dunk. I'm going to prove to you 110% that they are staging things here. Here you go. That's a doll. You can see the arm joint here. You can see the hair. It's a doll. In fact, I took a photo here of it just to show you a bit of clearer sort of picture of it.
Wow, that's some great detective work. Sure enough, that looks like a doll. That's because it is. What we've just witnessed is the exact moment someone discovered a concept called B-roll. Yes, B-roll. It's stock footage that's sometimes used in broadcasting so they have something to show while the reporter is talking. The reason you're seeing a mannequin is because this is a training video. How do I know that? Well, there's literally a sign on the wall that says no food or drinks allowed near mannequins or task trainers. Oops. The mannequin footage is being used because they can't show actual patients in the hospital because of something called the HIPAA Act, which protects patients' identities and health information from being disclosed without their consent. In fact, the same video he got this footage from shows a clip of a hospital corridor with actual patients in them, and sure enough, their faces were blurred. But where this stops being...
Yeah. So again, Chad, because you just showed up, I'll put this up again. The reason we watched that video is because I saw this more than once on Facebook in the last week. Apparently, this was on CBC out of Edmonton, and it shows, again, a mannequin in a bed. So apparently, they're pulling the wool over our eyes by having a mannequin in a bed. B-roll, the more you know. I rest my case.
You're fuck cheap, man.
Yeah.
Fuck cheap.
Yep.
I don't know what to say. But okay, but see this. But then this goes back to the issue that we always talk about. Okay, so this guy did his homework. We did ours. 5 to, well, excuse me. How many viewers? Okay, I just so I'm not making shit up. So let's make us sound more grander than we fucking are. Alex and the garbage man. Okay. So last week we had 18 views. So yeah, 21. We're around the 20, so we can say 20 people. Okay. So the 20 people that see our videos, I've totally lost my point where I was going. That's fucking amazing.
Drink.
That is a drink. Holy shit. And I'm on videos. Oh, okay. So that's why I got it again. So the 20 people that are going to see our video are going to go, oh, well, that does make sense. The problem is that millions of people see these posts that they're using mannequins. And then they lose their shit. But so my point is, why would you even use that kind of footage? Just use a video with someone's face blurred out or something. Just do something, don't use something so blatantly looking as a mannequin, because it's just it gives them more ammo.
It does. I'm sure they've got their reasons. I mean, this is not let's play into the conspiracy theorists so we get more views. No, there's a reason they use a mannequin for a training video. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what that reason is, but there's got to be a reason.
Well, maybe it's just something that they've always kind of done, and it's one of those things that maybe they should be practicing on not doing anymore.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, I mean, that's maybe what they should stop doing. Yeah, that's all I gotta. Yeah, that's kind of what I think about it. Stop doing that shit to give them more ammo. And I have no idea who the Robin Williams guy is. Alex, do you?
I think they're doing a movie about the life of Robin Williams, and the guy they've hired to play Robin Williams looks and sounds very similar. At least that's what I think it is.
So what do you, like, how? Like, I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this doesn't entertain me enough to watch it.
I'm sure you'll see it at some point. Maybe. My donut is double chocolate. You better watch out, Jen. You're 41 now.
So that's what she was going for, but okay. So I understand that you are not a sports guy, but have you seen what's gone on with John Gruden, the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders?
I heard about another coach.
You probably heard about Urban Meyer.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Urban Meyer is excellent. You just think, oh, thank goodness that John Gruden did this shit. So John Gruden was a coach for the Raiders who said basically Reader's Digest said some really dumb shit about African Americans and homosexuals, and yeah, so there was a lot of people like this. A couple of these came out 10 years ago.
Okay,
and people are like, "Well, this was 10 years ago." Blah, blah, blah. And usually I am on that script. I'm like, "Okay, dude, this was 20 years ago. 10 years ago, the motherfucker was still 40 years old and should know better. I don't care if it was 2011. Shouldn't be using terms and stuff." He described, I don't know if I should even say it.
Nope.
Like, yeah, but anyway, so just read. I'll just say, let's just say, just read up on what he said about, the former, I think it was the. Anyways, he said some pretty shitty shit. That wow, yeah, but then it also does beg the question: is like, I'm not sure how they found these emails from 2011. Like, do people sit on these things? Do you think?
I think sometimes they do. Yeah.
So, like, you sit on it and you're like, whoa, I've got you now. Yeah. So, did you see what's going on with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, the blow up controversy over his
the blowing up remarks.
Yeah.
And you want to know what? I saw somebody described it like the conversation Dave Chappelle probably had with Netflix, and basically that you know, Dave Chappelle's like, I'm Dave Chappelle. You know, I take a lot of shit, right? And Netflix is like, yeah, you're also one of the funniest motherfuckers ever. Okay, well, we're in agreement then, right? Like, but he's not stupid for doing this. He knows it's going to trigger them. I honestly didn't even know he had a new special out. I had no idea, and now I was like, oh, I know what I got to watch this weekend now. Thanks. Seriously, like, and really, what's funny is I don't know if you saw the part that they clipped up, but they're talking about, like, he says how, I hope I get this right, that he doesn't understand the trans thing. Like, yeah, there's a difference between man and woman, right? Like, basically is what he says. That's what they focus on. But meanwhile, further into the bit, he's like, well, just like, and then again, I'm probably going to screw up how exactly what he says. Like Eddie Murphy says, you always fuck my jokes up. And then he said goody goo goo, right? And basically, like, at the punchline is, you know, yeah, it's white people I don't like. Nobody's saying anything about that. Nobody could care fucking less that, but he made comments about trans people, so that is the end. That should be the end of him.
Apparently, yeah.
And it's comedy. It's comedy. So just like, oh yes, okay, we're back to that again.
Well, at least Chad has some information on it. Impression is uncanny. Yes, that's what I've heard as well. Yeah. Yeah, if you can find someone who can get the impression down, who's got somewhat of a look, then I'm all for it. I think it was 15 years ago or so, Russell Crowe was in talks to do a Bill Hicks biopic, and that would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not as funny as others. Yeah, probably not. I really like Dave's special from, I think it was 2003. That was a really good one. Can't remember.
Sorry, guys. I'm just reading here.
See, I don't talk when Nick's reading. It might fuck him up.
It might actually.
He'll lose his place.
So after all the stuff he says about like trans, so I got the line here. He actually says, I've never had a problem with transgender people. If you listen to what I'm saying clearly, my problem has always been with white people. Gay people, and then this is what he says, Chappelle says, gay people are minorities until they need to be white again.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah. Like, God, it's so, like, I don't know.
I guess it's the one thing at a time approach or attack, where they're focusing on what he said about transgenders. They'll probably get to that I hate white people stuff eventually, but because the transgender comments blow up so much and so far, by the time anyone gets to the hey, look what he said about white people, that it's going to be still rolled over by the continuing transgender outrage.
Yeah, exactly. And it you know, I'm actually still waiting to see if Eddie Murphy ends up taking flack for Raw and Delirious.
I bet when he dies, they'll bring it up.
You think so?
Probably.
You know, because I think we've talked about it here before. I think Delirious is one of the funniest comedy bits ever.
Absolutely.
Like, Raw was a little meh, but Delirious, fucking gold.
Yep. Yeah. Early 80s. Yep.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And again, but that should go full circle to say how people can change and how the world can change. Because at the time, we still thought that people could get AIDS from kissing.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, and of course it's not what happens. So, but yeah, I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's another one of those cases, just like with the Rona that we're dealing with now. As time goes by, more and more information comes out and we get to understand it more, that at least in that case, it's not as bad as we thought it was. Yeah, he did clean up his act and start doing family movies. Mid 90s, probably a little bit after The Nutty Professor. Like I didn't see a lot of his movies after Nutty Professor, although I did watch Nutty Professor 2 recently. Ugh.
So what I'll say to that is that'd be, to me, it'd be a lot of it to give people even more reason to be like, oh, and you see, and now he's doing things for families. So now families saw Dr. Dolittle, and then they saw Delirious, like, oh my God, now our children have been totally exposed.
I'd love to see the parental decision that says, we just watched Dr. Dolittle. Let's watch Delirious now. That doesn't make any sense to show a 5 or 6 year old. Come on.
You never know. You know what shirt I need? I need a shirt like John Belushi's, the college one from Animal House.
Ooh, it's been a while since I saw Animal House.
Yeah, but the shirt he wears there. I have to go on the Amazon and look right now. But,
remember when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Didn't the Japanese do that? It's quite he's on a roll. That's such a great movie. So me and Cohen are gonna continue our Friday the 13th movies. I think we're gonna watch 7 Friday night.
Nice.
Part 7. Now that you say it, and you say that like Kane Hodder wasn't Jason, now I can just totally tell. By the way, like the guy walks and everything's like, oh, you're right. He totally isn't Kane.
Yeah. I think, and I know I'm mentioning this on the show, and it's something we usually do for after a prior show. I think we should do a Friday the 13th Part 6 review in 2 weeks.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I just watched it. I'll watch it again.
Yeah, because we can call the episode Alex and the Garbage Man mark out to the best Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, fight me on that. I'd like to hear, I know we don't have a lot of people listening, but I'd like to hear other people's opinions about, like, if they like Friday the 13th, like, which ones they enjoy, which ones are their favorite. I'd like to know, because to me, yeah, just 6, it just has it all, because it's got the supernatural stuff.
Yep. The unkillable.
Yeah, the unkillable element to him. And but I will say, I like the way Kane Hodder carries the character. Like the body actions and just the way he was, the way he would turn his body. And I remember I'd never seen Kane Hodder until Puppet Master, like what he looked like. And then, or not Puppet Master, Wishmaster, sorry. He was in there. He was a security guard.
Yes.
And as soon as he walked down the hall, I'm like, that's Jason. I could tell just by the way he walked, and then to see his face, I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I could just, because I remember it was such a big deal because Candyman was in that one too. I know Freddy and Jason were. And I think Tony Todd was as well, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was such a big deal to have all 3 of them together.
Yeah, and there was a still shot, one of the behind the scenes of all 3 of them together posing in the same shot, which was really cool.
Awesome. That is awesome. Because they were all great.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Kim have actually been watching a show. It's called, I think, History of Horror, I believe, hosted by Eli Roth.
Oh yeah.
And we haven't seen this week's, but the week before it was talking about sequels, like sequels that didn't suck. And they went to the Dream Warriors again. Kills were cool, but to see it now, it's like it was like ugh. But it did say like Halloween 2, that was good. And then it talked about Friday the 13th. What number was it? I don't think it was 6, they said, though. But then he talked about it, and I recommend anyone watch this movie because I don't think it got enough love, and I quite enjoyed it, was Psycho 2.
Yeah, we reviewed that for the You Missed It podcast.
You did, and I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed your show, and I loved the movie. I'd seen it years before, like your guys' show and whatnot. I recommend anyone. It is a solid show, and during that show, you're rooting for Norman to hold it together.
Yeah.
You're like, no, come on, dude. We know they're fucking with you. Come on, you got this. And like, yeah, I thought it was great. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. Hellraiser 2 comes to mind for some reason, and that had some scenes in a mental hospital as well. So that reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Now, which would be the better of the two? Because Hellraiser was a hell of a great movie, and so was the first Nightmare on Elm Street. So probably no. You know what? I'm going to go with Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 because I really liked it. Even to this day, I really like it. And people are going to say, well, what does that say about you? Because all the homo stuff in it. It says that I like a good horror movie. I don't care about all the homo stuff that was apparently written in.
In number 2, Nightmare?
In number 2, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I only ever saw Nightmare 2, I think, once or twice. I didn't really just care for it. I didn't like it. Again, who cares?
Exactly.
Like I said, watch the show Sense8. There's tons of it in there. It's on Netflix. It's a shame it ended the way it did. It was such a good show. But yeah, if that's what you go to, not you, pronouns, pal. If that's what people are gonna go, well, there's lots of gay stuff in it. And does motherfuckers get chopped up? Yeah. Motherfuckers die? Yeah. Perfect. Let's watch.
Yeah.
You know, the attitude of people just, and like even now, like the fact that even now in 2021, almost 2022, that is still an issue is unbelievable.
Yeah, and there are lots of young people out there, what I've seen in the United States anyway, who still use the word gay as an insult. Not just, oh, that's gay, as to say, oh, that's kind of stupid. But, bro, you're gay. Why are you gay? It's still such a hot button topic in the United States. I mean, why? I know America it's still got its Christian roots. And no, it's not a Christian nation, but a lot of Christianity going on.
There sure is, yeah.
They constantly push back against that. It's supposed to be a progressive country, and technologically so as well, and financially, I don't know. But come on, man. If there's freedom, if you're all about freedom of expression, then why not acceptance?
You know, every time when I hear a phrase like you just said, I think of the song by Macklemore called "Same Love." I don't know if you've ever heard it. And it's actually about his uncle. His uncle is gay and is with his husband. They've been together forever. And it basically is saying how it shouldn't matter. Like I think it's a great song with a great message. And it says here, and I'll just read it to you. This is the first verse. He says, "When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought I was gay because I could draw. My uncle was, and I kept my room straight. I told my mom with tears rushing down my face. She's like, Ben, you've loved babies or loved girls since before pre-K. Tripping, yeah, I guess she had a point, didn't she? A bunch of stereotypes all in my head. I remember doing the math like, yeah, I'm good at Little League. A preconceived idea of what it all meant. For those who like the same sex, had the characteristics. The right-wing conservatives think it's a decision that you can be cured with some treatment and religion. Man-made rewiring of a predisposition playing God. Nah, here we go. America the brave still fears what we don't know. And God loves all his children is somehow forgotten, but yet we paraphrase a book written 3,500 years ago." Nailed it.
Yep.
Nailed it. And I don't care. But that's always been my problem with the Bible. Oh, the Bible says you should not lay with another man. Motherfucker, it also says that when you're married, you're supposed to grow a beard. It also says that when you're married, you're supposed to wear only a certain kind of clothing.
Yeah,
That's
not
always
cut
been
your hair.
Yeah, that has always been my problem with religion in the Bible. You can't pick. They do. I say you can't, but they do. You pick and choose what you want to hear and what you want to believe.
Yeah.
Mr. Labatuk does send his regards. He is actually training for his new job, so he will watch the show later, he said.
Nice. Did he say what kind?
I'm going to say gigolo. A gigolo, yeah.
You know, he's getting to that age where no matter what he does, he's going to be jiggly, so he might as well play into it. He could probably get a good body jiggling gig in a Middle Eastern country. They like that, apparently.
So, all right, I'm gonna read the rest of this now. I won't read the chorus, but this is the next verse to this song because it goes with what you just said. It says, "If I was gay," about gay, like how they drop gay. Right. "If I was gay, I'd think hip hop would hate me. Have you read the YouTube comments lately? Man, that's gay. Gets dropped on the daily. We become so numb to what we're saying." Right? Like, wow. Okay, I'm gonna start. reading that. Such a good song. Human Jello.
Yeah,
Me my pudding pop. Yeah.
Jen talking about Ryan. He's delicious, though.
Oh, Night Auditor. Ew. I'll tell. Don't worry, Jen. I'll let Ryan know you think he's delicious.
Right out of context.
And that's how you take context out, people.
Yes.
And how you
Great example.
Right there. Oh, she said she liked human Jello. So Ryan, hello.
Yeah, we were talking about Ryan. She said human Jello. She's talking about Ryan. She likes Ryan. She likes human Jello.
She wants Ryan's D. That's just what it is.
Yep, that's the message.
Yep. The Bilderbergs. Local. Oh, you want to know what we haven't done in a while? Good old fucking the Tabor. No. Editorials. I've done editorials since like old show.
Yeah.
But there really hasn't been nothing good. I don't know if I could dramatically read it like Blaster Brody.
Where's he anyway?
He's planning the parade route for the Toronto Maple Leafs because they won their first game of the season. So he's already planning the route.
Wow.
After swearing he was done with them. Remember all the ranting he did? I'm fucking a Seattle Kraken fan now. Bah, bah, bah.
Bandwagoner, yep.
Yeah, so just there you go. I even did my Brody voice. Drink. So, no, nothing good in the editorials. So
people are talking sense. Hey, well, that sucks. No content for us.
No content. No stupid people.
Well, I got some stupid people. Have you ever heard of a parent saying that wearing a mask or taking a vaccine is child abuse or rape?
No, we saw the woman from last week who said that they're all child molesters. Was that what it was?
Yeah, and they have mask fetishes. Yeah, I got one for you. Okay, so this is from the Daily Mail, which is from the UK. Anti-maskers target American parents while they walk their kids to school in wealthy Beverly Hills and accuse them of child abuse for covering their faces. And I love how the right has now adopted the my body, my choice that the left was using when it came to, I don't know,
abortions,
changing genders, etc., etc.
Yeah. I would love to get someone's argument on that.
I think that some people on the right are saying, hey, you guys used this argument. Now we're going to throw it back at you and see what you say. As if it's a gotcha moment. Okay. So someone said you should choose. Jesus, what does? That should be what goes on your child's face and in your child's body. This is rape. This is rape. Well, I still haven't come to the conclusion on mandatory vaccinations, what some people would call forced vaccinations, because it's starting to take a toll on the healthcare system. What with all these people in healthcare quitting because they don't want to take the shot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
They're trying to rape our children with this poison. Well, prove that it's poison. Are you a doctor? No.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What they should be doing, they should ultimately come out with the statement that the people who created the vaccine are evil. Then they have to back up that statement by finding out the names of all the people who created the vaccines and proving that they're evil. That's much harder to do. It's easier to just throw the claim out there and move on, like I've said many times before.
Okay, I frickin' holy snapping buttholes, I forgot this. So I kind of got into a half-heated, not even heated, because I was just asking a question. So on the Mackenzie Speak Out page, somebody goes on about, you know, the blah about the how it's gonna kill you and all this. I'll see if I can find it. And I said, okay, like, can I, you know, what are you using for your sources? Thank you. And he's like, well, you know, do your research, man. And blah, blah. And like someone answered, and they answered, and I read through a couple of things. Okay, I mean, it's an argument, it's some points.
Yeah.
But then I said, okay, I said, sir, I'm asking you. This person answered the question. I'm not asking her. I'm asking you. What are your sources? And he's like, oh, well, you need to talk like to nurses and care physicians and blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, well, you know, I've talked to an ICU nurse and I've talked to a few other people, which I have. We've talked about it on the show.
Yep.
And so Jen saw, and well, you only talked to one nurse? Well, you know, then, well, you should do blah, 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 blah. It's just like, I'm asking you a question. Just
and he's trying to divert.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've seen people on both sides do that. When asked a direct question, not necessarily a yes or no question, they have to bring up all these other points which branch off from the main topic. So you get off into the weeds.
I got to show you this because this is wow.
Yes, please.
So I'm just trying to find this conversation I had with this gentleman. So this is on the Mackenzie Speak Out page. See that picture of that young boy?
Yep.
It says, I don't know if you guys can see that. Look closely into these eyes. The characters responsible for this are shown on television these days to convince you to take the vaccine. The fuck does that have to do with the vaccine?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Is that why he wasn't there? Because my wife actually had to go back because it was at the Heritage. And he never showed up. Did he really get COVID? Oh, man. I mean, I hope he's okay. I don't wish ill upon the guy, but I hope.
But it's the situation itself. He's anti-vax and he gets COVID. Well, you know, it's going to be kind of like Trump. He will probably recover if he doesn't have any other comorbidities. And then he's going to say, it's not that bad. I got better. Now I have the antibodies. Now I don't need to get the vaccine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which maybe that is true. Maybe once you have it, I mean, again, we're bro science. Mm-hmm. We don't know. Maybe that is and if that is true, then they should put that up there saying, hey, you know, like it's just like you've got the flu now. So maybe they should show if you've had it. Maybe they should show if you've had a, so here, I'll play the other side now. That if you do end up with COVID, you should be able to bring in the test that says you were positive, right? And then, like, I've had it, so I have the antibodies in my body.
It's Casey. Hey, Casey, it's been a while. How you doing? I see you on Less Than Serious with Drew. Good show. Good job. Great to see you. Hope you're doing all right.
But yeah, I can't. Oh, that's 5. Oh, there it is. There, I found it. I just saw no, I did not find it. No, I did not. But yeah, basically, yeah, I kept just asking the guy. Like, who you're so I just want to know. I'm not trying to be belligerent. I want to know if there's something that I'm not, if there's something I'm missing, please tell me.
Yeah, because you want the full story.
Yeah. And of course he's blaming it on his kid that got double vaxxed. Of course he is. But where's his proof?
Oh. Now, and he's going to come back with, do your research, bro.
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah. Thank you, Casey. Appreciate it.
But yeah, he did. He, again, like Jen said, he got belligerent, and it's just like, I'm just asking a question. Yeah. You know, and he couldn't answer it. He just couldn't.
He gets defensive, resorts to insults. I've seen, again, people on both sides who get flustered and resort to insults and name calling. And I've been guilty of that myself, even trying to stay on topic, because I get frustrated. And it's not something you want to do if you think you're going to win. Well, I don't know if winning is the actual goal, but A lot of people out there who are like, "Oh, we're right. We're right. I'm on the winning team." Oh,
Okay, then I'll pull the Chris Rock thing out about the whole like when they brought up O.J. Simpson. You know, we won, we won. What the fuck did we win? Whatever side of this COVID fucking wins, let me know what your fucking COVID prize is. Because right now, the COVID prize we're all getting right now, regardless of who the fuck is, whoever is right about this, we're not getting to do anything. So show me your COVID prize. Good Lord. Worked me all up into a shoot. Ugh. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, where did he say this, Brody?
Yeah, Brody, cite your sources. Give me proof. Give me evidence. Or Pixar, it didn't happen, bro.
Titzer, get the fuck out. I haven't watched it yet. You already missed that. You should have been here on time. We already talked about it.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah,
You have to go back.
Yeah.
You can download the show in MP3 format at y2mate.com.
I got some right. There he is. He's actually blaming it on a kid from the football team. So a double vaccinated kid from the football team comes to the game on Saturday with a runny nose. But the government says one symptom is okay. What happened to keeping your kids home when they're sick? Well, today we find out that he is COVID positive. Shocker of all shockers. The magical vaccine didn't stop infections. As both the boy and I are sick, or I've been sick since Sunday morning. So, time out. So, I'm going to guess, again, we got the disclaimer, total pro science. So, you've been sick since Sunday morning. You were at the football game Saturday at probably 1 o'clock. So, within 14 hours, you guys are sick. Okay, cool story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to know the incubation period between being exposed and showing symptoms. Of course, it's biology, so it's tough to nail down an absolute formula when it comes to this.
Fuck. Yep. Well. So here's the problem. So like, and now I'm clicking on this thing, and I'm gonna, of course, now he has all these things from websites, right? So click on the first one. So it's amgreatness.com. Reliable news source. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's called American Greatness. So American Greatness on a Canadian doctor says something malicious is going on after he's punished for treating COVID patients with ivermectin. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 1 day to 14. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why some people have to quarantine for 14 days. Yeah.
But that fast?
Yeah, if he got sick on the Sunday, then he probably contracted it prior, unless he has a really good immune system.
Yeah. So yeah, I just like...
We're all doctors here on the internet now.
Yeah, we are, yeah. And then he says, so he puts a bunch of shit from AmericanGreatness.com, a Facebook.com post from Colin Big Bear Ross, a lawyer attacks, let's see. Yeah, so someone else's thing that says, listen carefully, it's a TikTok video.
Side time with Tracy.
Yeah, that's his. And then the other one is a YouTube video, 8 prominent doctors against and engage in remarkable exchange about COVID conversations. So, like, So I mean, but then here's the thing. So then he says, a lady says, "Oh, good info," and he replies, "Right, but it's different information than what's on CNN and CBC." Oh, so we're supposed to believe it because you said we're supposed to believe it, right?
Because the
Because it
mainstream's
fits.
lying to you, bro.
Yeah, because it fits your narrative.
Yeah.
So it means that's the shit that you got to listen to, right?
Yep.
So, wow.
Yet whatever's not being talked about in the mainstream news must be hidden and the actual truth. Never mind that with investigative journalism, it takes a lot longer to vet sources and make sure what you're saying is correct. I mean, a lot longer. The Vancouver International Film Festival was October 1st to 11th, and I saw one documentary that gave a good example of this. The documentary is called Behind the Headlines, and I thought it was really, really good. And if you want to take an hour and a half and watch it whenever it's available, maybe on Netflix in the near future, it'll give you a good idea of, again, why investigative journalism takes so long, why sources have to be vetted and vetted again and again and again, and even down to certain words being used in a sentence. You got to be extremely careful.
And you're right. You do. It's
because again, it's easy to throw out claim after claim after claim. It takes a lot longer to refute one claim. This is why we have so much of this misinformation on Facebook, and this is also why I understand why Facebook is taking the task of cracking down on misinformation, because there's so much of it out there, and I got a good example of that when you're done with what you're about to go into.
Well, no, but but again, and I know I'm parroting the same shit, but so what makes your sources any better than mine?
Exactly.
What makes because you don't want it, because you believe, like, please do the Bilderbergs thing.
The Bilderbergs.
Thank you. Right? And okay, Jen just said it. You cherry pick the information that you want. What makes your information any better than my information? Like, again, like the picture I sent you that said, this scientist in Sweden says blah 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 blah. No, actually, that's not true. I just made this meme because anybody can do that. Get the shot, you fucking potato. Like, the potatoes are killed me too. But that's my thing about it is, what makes your information so much better than mine? And Brody, I found what he had said. So, but yeah, what makes you so sure? What makes you so certain? I've had someone say to me, well, my family member got really sick, my elderly family member, and she hasn't walked since the shot. And I don't know, like, okay, wow, like, if this happened, but my grandpa Ken is 80 years old. He got both shots. My grandma, she survived cancer. She's had shingles. She survived all this shit. She got the shots. All my parents got their shots. They're all in their 60s. Well, Debbie's not quite 60 yet, but they're in their 60s. They all got them. There's no one I know personally, or even outside, unless someone were to say something to me, I know has gotten sick from the vaccine.
No adverse side effects, no myocarditis.
A few people have got, like, kind of didn't feel good for a couple days or whatnot, but nobody died, or like their sperm count died, or they couldn't, you know what I mean? That's another big, so I don't know. Go ahead with what because we'll be stuck here forever. So go ahead.
Yeah, and I've said this before as well. When people say do your research, and I do my research, and the conclusions I come to are different than the conclusions you come to, what then? Am I a sheep? Have I not done the right research? I mean, do you want me to do your research?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to parrot back? I mean, are you looking for confirmation bias? Because I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, God. So what did you want to show? You said you had like another story or something you wanted to show him.
Yeah, but
If
Jen,
you do get big balls, I know I'm a married man, but I'm gonna need to see those.
yeah, pics or
Please,
it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, pics or it didn't happen. I'm sorry, Jennifer. If you grow balls, I need to see them. I'll wait for Kim to kick the door a bit. What the fuck did you just say?
And you're gonna say, no, you got to see this. It's so interesting.
Oh, good Lord.
All right, so this story is kind of far out because it's an extreme example of what happens when information is shared with the wrong people. And what I mean by the wrong people, I mean people who might not be all there mentally, even though I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and I can't diagnose this thing. Anti-vaxxer killed pharmacist brother and sister-in-law for killing people with the COVID shot. Your reaction to that clickbait title?
Armageddon! Share! I knew it! The Bilderbergs! Right?
So here's the guy who did the killing. He's from Maryland. He was 46. He shot dead his 58-year-old brother and his sister-in-law, who was 57, because apparently the 58-year-old brother, who's a pharmacist, was killing people with the COVID shot. Yeah, so I would love to see news stories about these people who were killed with the COVID shot, but we won't see it because the mainstream media is covering it up, bro. I love how people start or end sentences with bro as if that helps to make their point. Bro. Fuck.
Bro.
It's like saying man or dude.
Yeah, bro. Holy shit.
And before killing his brother and his brother's wife or sister-in-law, he stabbed to death his mother's childhood friend who was 83.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is such a freedom fighting machine, man. He's getting all the Illuminati members, man, bro. And then he drove 2 hours after stealing that 83-year-old woman's car and then killed his brother.
Well. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well. I'm sorry, I'm down a wormhole right now. Brody got me down a wormhole.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, about this because on the Tabor municipal elections, everyone's going off about Blaine Carlson, the gentleman who has COVID. He's running for election, and I will say, and I agree with this. He has COVID, and all jokes it's aside, they should have set up a way for him to zoom into the meeting.
Yes.
I will completely agree with that. And if we can have a guy who was on Tabor Council living in Arizona for 4 months of the year, then we should definitely have found a way to, get this guy his ability to talk, to speak. So,
Yep. Yeah. In this day and age, we have the ability to do things remotely.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health issues. Exactly, Jen. So it's the lethal combination of mental health issues and believing the misinformation, which led to the death. Not everyone who has mental health issues is going to go out and kill people, but in this case, that's what happened. And I'm not going to use this to push my political agenda on people. I'm just saying the shit has happened at some point.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just reading like, wow,
It blows your mind, hey?
Yeah. But okay, so again, so this is my thing, and I would love Mr. Carlson to tell us how do you know it was a double vaccinated kid? How would you have that information?
Exactly. Yeah. Because contact tracing.
Yeah. From where? There's no contact tracing at the football field. It's an outdoor event. I've been there. There's no contact tracing. So how would he know?
And with regards to bleacher seats, does everyone have to sit 6 feet apart?
They're told to.
They are
They do
told
not.
to.
Yep.
But
They are
just
told
like
to.
I see even today, people with masks, they're wearing the mask over the mouth, but not the nose. They're wearing it like a chin strap. So don't forget your helmet. Some people will not wear it at all. Oh, I have a medical exemption. Really? I don't think you do. I think you're afraid of wearing the mask because it might lead to, I don't know, something, whatever you believe. He's putting 2 and 2 together and getting 18,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'll tell you right now. Okay, so you said small town, so I noticed that I moved my desk and it shakes a lot. So small town, I'm guessing you put 2 and 2 together. Outside of my household and my exes, because we're friends,
Mhm.
and my place where I work, I have no idea who else has got shots. Oh, and my band, I have no idea. So to say I put 2 and 2 together, fuck, I don't know if you got your shots, Brody. You could say you did. How do I know? I can just assume, well, fuck. You know, if me and you watch the next pay-per-view together and I get sick, that fucking Brody lied to me. Derp, derp, derp. Right? Like,
Yeah, you do the
like it's
old
ridiculous.
bro science 2+2. And if you watch the pay-per-view with Brody on Sunday and you're sick on Monday, well, that must have been Brody. None of this contact tracing 1 to 14 day kind of thing. I'm going back 24 hours. Shall I send you my QR code? Yes. And you're also going to give me your driver's
I got my
license
QR code too.
and your other papers, please, sir. Give me your papers.
Fuck, everyone's actually turned posts off on anything that's involved in this. I don't know who this Jake. Hey, Brody, do you know who Jake Gildis Branch is? Because, man, he sure is going to bat for Blaine Carlson. You know, so, I mean, I don't know Blaine. He's never done anything to me. I can disagree with what the guy's views.
Mhm.
I can disagree with, like, yeah, I don't agree with that, right? But
yeah, that doesn't mean you hate him or anything.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
And I have questions. And again, like, everybody can bring up their own snippets from anywhere to prove their point.
Yeah.
Right? So, and he is part of the anti-COVID alliance. I know he is.
Oh, so
But
he knows Rhett.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make me change my opinion of the guy. He's never done nothing to me. I don't know him. So I'm not going to make an assessment on the guy's political views. He could be a great guy. Hey, he's volunteering at football and whatnot. You know, for that, he's great in my books. I just don't agree with his things, and he won't agree with mine.
Yeah.
We can not agree with stuff. And I knew Jake was too. Sorry, I know this Jake guy is. I just don't know. I've seen his name popping up everywhere. So I was just curious.
Making a name for himself.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I would like to know, like, how he knows this guy, and I'll disagree. So while I'm reading here, the Tabor Chamber did say it's not logistically possible to have one person via Zoom.
What?
Especially when the candidate has not responded to anything sent him until the day of the event. Oh. This page is for candidates to post a platform, share videos and links to their pages, which all of them are welcome to do. Okay, and they kept shutting down posts because everyone's just going on and on and on, right? So
yeah, they're piling on. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't need to do that, guys. Like, goodness gracious. But yeah.
But it's the internet. That's what they do.
I guess. I guess. Okay. So, anyways. Wow. Wow, people are just lighting this up because now it's on Tabor Roast and Toast too. Good Lord. Toast all the candidates who put themselves out there to explain their platforms for Tabor, Mayor and Tabor Council. Much food for thought. I wish all the best. Roast to the one who couldn't be bothered to do what's necessary to at least prepare for such an agenda. Wow, like kind of harsh.
Should have done his research.
Yeah.
Any good insults?
No. There's Jagger being his usual troll self. Yeah. Yeah. Great googly moogly. My lord. Sorry, focus. Squirrel.
So, like I had said, I was participating in the Vancouver International Film Festival, which ran over 11 days. And I watched a lot of the films online. I watched 28 online. I went to the theaters for 2, so 30 in total. It's great. We're going to be releasing a new episode of You Missed It pretty soon. I think between 3 of us, we watched 87 movies. So there's some overlap there. Yeah. I had watched over 30 last year, and this time Zach watched 50, and he did a lot of theater as well. So good on him. Yes, the border is going to open, as Brody is saying. I think it's opening next month for people who are double vaxxed. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually told Kim, I'm like, you need to get your passport so we can at least just go down for the weekend.
Yeah, and I love the Cheesecake Factory, so I'm definitely going to Seattle at some point in time for that, just for that.
I just like going south. It's just a little different. I mean, it is little. It's not like it's anything. It just has a different feel to it, kind of like when I went back to Mackenzie, full circle to back to the beginning of the show. So
there was one commercial from the Vancouver International Film Festival that I wanted to play because the guy brought up some interesting points. Every film you watch, there's always at least 3 or 4 different intros, commercials and stuff from Indigenous people.
Excuse me. Yep.
And there was one I wanted to play because he brought up some interesting points that I thought we could riff on for a moment.
Sure.
The guy's name is Shamir Anderson. I think he's Canadian. Haven't done my research on that, but I think he's Canadian. And the commercial is almost 2 minutes long, so at various points we'll stop it. There's definitely one point where I want to stop it because he says something really interesting, which is the reason I brought it in. So whenever you're ready.
I'm ready, sir. Fire away.
Give it a minute to load.
Anderson. I'm an actor, producer, and co-founder of my not-for-profit, Black. Acronym, BLACK. Born and raised in Scarborough, grew up in Bay Mills, a Toronto community housing project, and every day I had to go to school and take the bus. And on that bus, I saw all walks of life, from Asians, Indians, Indigenous. It was a melting pot of diversity, which is very interesting because when I started working in this business, it didn't look the same. It was a culture shock, believe it or not, because it didn't represent what I was used to and what I called home. If I saw myself on screen as a young kid, I think I'd be a lot more confident in my skin color. You know, I wouldn't be so ashamed of my complexion. I wouldn't be so ashamed to feel like I wasn't white enough to fit in. As far as I can remember, I always wanted to be like what I saw. And that's not healthy. Where's the beauty in black? Some of the stereotypes that I faced in casting was that, I was a gangster, drug dealer, and I found that earlier in my career, a lot of the shows that I was auditioning for, I would be playing those roles. And unfortunately, I didn't have much of a choice. It's perpetuating a narrative to individuals that all black men are like this.
All right, full stop. With regards to watching a TV show, a fictional story, and thinking that the minorities you see or the people you see, that's how they are in real life, no. I don't agree with that at all.
No, I know. We don't have many black people around, like African Americans. I guess but there. I know the one guy I know for sure named Alex is a hardworking motherfucker. Not a gangster, Not, but I will. I wanted to say the stereotype thing. That's what you get. I just popped into my head was a bit from Ralphie May in his politically correct or just be correct special, and he's like, I was too fat to play a fat guy. You know, like he was like I said, he thought he was back for the third call. He's like, that means you got the movie. You got the movie, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, and then they're like, oh well, you know, you're too fat. Isn't that but a bitch? Too fat to be a fat guy. You know, he's like, you don't think they ever tell a Mexican, hey, you know, you need to get a tan if you want this role, like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I went to right away. It's, but what's okay? But here's okay. Can this has popped in my head. So let's say this is a crime movie let's say it's in like South Central LA or New York, right? And they had no okay, and like 50 Cent guys. I just say 50 Cent because they look like a gangster, right? Like 50 Cent. And they were just a bunch of pasty fucking white, look like just white, just like Channing Tatum.
Or DJ Qualls.
Yeah, you'd be like, what the fuck? Right? And maybe that's the way that's bad that I've been I don't know do you want to say groomed? That like if it's a crime movie, you're thinking, oh fuck, like I don't know. Okay, anyways, okay, finish. Okay.
I think we should turn all stereotypes completely upside down. The criminal or the drug dealer in a movie or a TV show should be played by a really handsome, clean-cut white guy, like who was the lead in Starship Troopers? I forget his name.
Casper Van Dien.
Yeah, you take Casper Van Dien, you make him the most evil, degenerate motherfucker, and he's the bad guy. And then you take someone like Ken Jeong, who is in the Hangover movies, and you make him the hero, the good guy. Yeah. You take all stereotypes and you flip them around. You make all the white people the evil ones. Does that help? Who knows? Maybe we should try it and find out.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Yeah.
But you know what? And much like Ralphie, maybe this is where you thought I was going when I first said Ralphie May. Like, he's like, the only group you could join now is fat people. All we do is eat shit and fart. You know, and he talks about Austin Powers. He's like, oh, yeah. What was that guy's name? Yeah, fat bastard. Fat bastard, yeah. You know, he's going to eat the baby, huh? He's like, yeah. Hey, how about we take another group of people and point on all their negative stereotypes and see how long that fucking lasts?
Yeah, I saw that bit.
And he's right.
Yep.
Right? If you, like he said, he said there was Mexican bastard and black bastard. He's like, yeah. Fuck you. That lasts about 0.2 or 0 seconds, and fucking LA would burn like Oaken Lost twice. Right? Like, fuck. So, anyways, Kate, go ahead. You want to finish this?
Yeah.
And 99% of the time, it wasn't positive. I know black people and black men who are ballerinas. You know, I did ballet for 4 years in theater school. You don't get to see that on TV. We need to stop creating these individuals, not we, the white people, the white writers, the white gatekeepers need to not create these silos and these myopic point of views when it comes.
He's got a good point. There are 3 people that should have been mentioned there. Writers, he said, but also casting directors and his talent agent who was sending him out for these roles at that time. Mm-hmm. Writers, casting directors, and talent agents.
Yeah.
So now we can make the case that even in the film and entertainment industry, there is systemic racism.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. They're all part of the Bilderbergs. So ever since not Me Too, but after that, ever since there's been calls for more equality in terms of transgender, the LGBTQIA plus. I was really hoping that there would be a good behind the curtain look at casting directors and how they have to be more inclusive, and that when casting for a TV show or a film, all gender should be erased. It's just whoever the talent agent sends out. Any hint of if it's man or woman should be taken out, because that could be seen as exclusionary. I've been so curious as to if that's been happening in the past few years, but I've heard nothing about it.
But I don't like. But if they're looking for, okay, but it depends the role. Like if we're looking for a handsome leading man.
This guy,
ages 30. That's what I was getting at. Ages 25 to 35.
yeah,
Color shouldn't matter.
exactly.
It at all. Same with a woman. We're looking for an actress. I guess they're all act, but you know what I mean. A female actor.
Yeah.
Ages 25 to 35. Color doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, what should matter, and I've said this about people who read the news as well, it doesn't matter what you look like. It depends on how well you do the job. Are you right for the job? Okay, we're choosing you. Doesn't matter race, color, creed, anything else. Can you do the job? Are you right for the job? Great, let's do it. Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I'll finish this up since there's not much left.
Comes to the Black experience, I want to see diverse directors. I want to see diverse board of directors. I want to see diverse executives. That's what I hope to see one day in Canada, on screen and off screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw at least 3 or 4 First Native Indigenous films at the film festival out of the 30 that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one of them was my favorite film, and I will talk about that on the You Missed It podcast, and I'm not going to spoil it here.
Okay, well, that's fine.
And it's interesting that when I started playing this commercial, our viewership dropped from 3 to 1. Did I say something wrong? I mean, what happened? Come on, man. We're going to have these discussions at some point in time.
Yeah.
Might as well be here and now.
Yeah, and we should. And I see a lot. I'm looking at this right now, and I just kind of snickered a bit. So the NFL has gone as far. Sorry, this and then we'll wrap this up. This actually goes towards the racism, and then we're an hour and a half, so I think we can tie a bow on this one. So we talked earlier about how John Gruden, the coach, got fired, and actually NFL has gone as far as like he's lost his rights in Tampa Bay. Like he was on the Ring of Honor, he got retired. A lot of the buildings have like a Ring of Honor to go around the building with retired names and players, honoring players. He's been removed. Madden 2022 is actually removing him from the game. Okay, and I tried something to find if I could verify this, and I don't think I could yet. I got to find if it's true, but it is kind of funny if it is true. So this thing says, NFL, we're done honoring men who don't uphold high standards of humanity and decency. Also men. Number 32, O.J. Simpson is on the Ring of Honor in Buffalo. I know what the argument would be, though.
Yeah.
O.J. was found innocent by a jury of his peers.
No, it's not innocent. He was found not guilty. It's never innocent.
So he's found not guilty.
Yeah.
But he also was a woman abusing piece of shit that it was well documented. So, just
saying.
Yeah. 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 So anyways, yeah. Do you have anything else that you would like to, throw out there?
We're going to end on something that I found a long time ago, courtesy of the Drunken Peasants. So if you have anything else before we go out, please.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. So
So they found this song a good 2 or 3 years ago. And it's a love song. It's a romantic song. It's a song that you want to play when you've got a candlelit dinner and you're sitting down with your significant other and you just plan on showing them a good time. And I'm not going to play the whole thing because I think it's about 5 minutes long, but I'll at least go into the first minute of it because some of you might be screaming in agony by that time, but I don't care. We're going to go out on this. So I thank you all for listening. Actually, you know what? I don't thank any of you for watching or listening. Fuck all you people. That's what I say. No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to say something different because why not? And of course, fuck you, Gordon Campbell. And we're going out on that.
This one's for all my beautiful women around the world. All my Holly Berrys to Roger B. Henson's and Monique's and Jennifer Hudson's and Whoopi Goldberg's. This one's for y'all. I've been watching you from afar. You really stole my heart. When you stepped out that car, you look like a true star. Say I've been watching you from afar. You really stole my heart. When you stepped out that car, you look like a true star. Girl, you deserve an Oscar. Hey, you deserve an Oscar. Red carpet ready, girl, you deserve an Oscar. Girl, you deserve an Oscar. Hey, you deserve an Oscar. Red carpet ready, girl, you deserve an Oscar. Girl, you deserve an Oscar. Hey, you deserve an Oscar. Red carpet ready, girl, you deserve an Oscar. Girl, you deserve an Oscar. You deserve an Oscar. Red carpet ready, girl, you deserve an Oscar. It's moonlight and so much all day. The sweetest apple, she's the life of the party. She's looking so naughty.